In the second semester introductory physics course, we typically don't deal with objects that move, like in simple mechanics experiments, but with electricity, magnetism, and optics. So then the question is, what do we do there? And so the first lab I want to show you is one that allows the students to play with batteries and light bulbs in parallel or series circuit arrangements. And the idea is that you have this part spin, and you can grab things like this light bulb and put them here, and then a battery and put them here. And you can close the circuit, and then you can see the light bulb goes on. And if you add a second light bulb, you get less current, and of course there's less brightness here. Note that we have explicitly allowed for the wires in the circuit to have some kind of resistance that is also measurable by the students. So it's not like in an idealized lecture where we ignore the resistance of the wires. Here I'll also show you an experiment for the optics portion of the course, one that fascinated me as an undergraduate student. Namely a series of 3 linear polarizers. So you can, with these radio buttons, you can put the polarizers in, and you can see this laser beam then loses 50% of its intensity. And independent of how you arrange this polarization plane, which you can do with this lever, and you put another polarizer in, and it's still 50% because these are aligned, but you can get it all the way down to 0. And the way you perform measurements is you record the angle of them, of each individual polarizers in this way, and generate a series of measurements that you can then capture and plot. When you have the polarizers at 90 degrees, of course nothing goes through, and the third polarizer in the middle provides the big surprise, because then as you change this from a non-zero and non-90 degree angle, you can actually get light penetrating all 3 polarizers. Again, all these labs in the optics and electricity and magnetism section allow you to fill an entire semester with experiments that the students can do either alone or in groups. We have prepared for each of these labs a series of questions that guide the students through the lab experience, or you can assign these free-form and just require the students to interact maybe with a teaching assistant and produce a lab report.